They want stuff. Every offer does something different. And so they want stuff that we don't.
I forgot my executive session sheet.
Run back and get it.
My photo here.
Hold on. No, I want to get this.
My photocopy is my photocopy.
That clock says it's not 9 o'clock yet. We'll go by that one.
Right. Okay, now I have everything. All right, let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody. Today is March 24th. Welcome to the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. I'm Aaron Mays, currently serving as chairman, represent District 3. On my left is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1, and on my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, representing District 2. First item, please.
Number 1A, proclamations and presentations. Walk Kansas program, Susan Fangman, Extension Agent.
Good morning, Commissioners. Susan Fangman. I'm the Family and Consumer Sciences Agent at the Shawnee County K-State Research and Extension Office, and I'm here today to let everyone know it's time for Walk Kansas. It's an 8-week program designed to get people moving more and making more healthful decisions about what they eat, and we always have great participation by Shawnee County employees. But I want everyone to know who's watching this program's for you. If you're from Shawnee County or you're working here, we'd love to have you join our program. We start Sunday, but you can sign up through the first week of April, and more information can be found on the walkkansas.org website, and you can get signed up there as well. According to America's Health Rankings, only about 21% of Kansans are getting the recommended amount of exercise, and we need to be doing a lot better than that. The Walk Kansas program offers motivation to help you get those needed minutes. You'll have access to the Walk Kansas website where you can log your activity. You'll be eligible for prizes, and I buy gift cards from locally owned businesses for that. Receive an educational newsletter each week that includes information about health-related topics as well as healthy recipes. And I write a short informational email each week where I like to highlight the awesome local parks and trails and outdoor events we have here in Shawnee County. We have fabulous places to go for a walk around here. And I like to share those with other people. And I'd like to thank each of you for all the support you have in which making sure we've got great places to do things outdoors here. So if you're watching, dust off your walking shoes, get signed up for Walk Kansas at walkkansas.org, or you can call me, Susan, at the Shawnee County Extension Office if you've got questions. Thank you.
Any questions?
No.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you,
Yep,
Susan.
thanks.
Okay, next item, please.
Number 3, consent agenda.
We have several items on the consent agenda today. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
New business, County Clerk A, number 1, consider all voucher payment.
Okay, under building maintenance, custom sheet metal and roofing, Incorporated, $16,372.62 is for repair to pipes and locker room at Stormontville Event Center. Under business office parks, McElroy Electric, Inc., $45,600 is for a replacement of electric and pump control panel at Shawnee North Family Aquatic Center. Under solid waste recycling, Rarig Pacific Company, totaling $43,085.40 is for recycled totes. Total vouchers for March 23rd, 2022 is $959,040.12. If there's no comments or questions, I'd move for approval.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon and seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Number 2, correction orders.
I'll move for approval of correction orders.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Number 3, consider approval of resolution number 2022-22, authorizing a 2022 cereal malt beverage license to Pure Golf Topeka located at 7523 Southwest 21st Street, Topeka, Kansas.
Okay.
The
And,
background check has
Yes.
been done, township notified, and it's been reviewed by the counselor's office.
okay, any questions?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon and seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Solid waste, number 1, consider approval of request to pay $250 to Municipal Media Corporation for services reminding customers of the scheduled collection days, including changes to the collection schedule with funding from the 2022 solid waste collections operational budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. This is our annual subscription invoice for our Recycle Coach service that we provide for our customers throughout the county that reminds them of any service interruptions or their service day that a lot of people do use. It is $250 for the year, and this will come out of my operational budget, which is 100% user fee funded with no tax dollars used. Stand by for your questions, gentlemen.
Any questions for Bill?
I do not.
All right.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon and seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Bill. Next item, please.
Information technology, number 1, consider approval of request for a subscription to Tiny MCE at a cost not to exceed $1,000 annually to be funded through the 2022 information technology budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mark Price, Information Technology. This application is going to be used to create a content management system which will allow departments to put out their own news releases and add items to the website without actually going through the IT department. And it's a pretty small cost, and hope we get approved.
Any questions for Mark?
I don't have any. I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Number 5, public comment.
Is there any member of the public here wishing to speak today? Seeing none. Next item, please.
Number 6, administrative communications.
Any department heads wishing to speak?
Good morning, Commissioners. Kellen Seitz, Spectrum Menu Management, Oakview Group 360, and the Stormont Vale Event Center. Wanted to give you an update today on our 2022 event progress thus far, and a lot of things we have coming up. So it's been an extremely busy start to the year. We had the return of a number of events that have been postponed due to COVID. Some events more than 2 years. We started in February with the Topeka Home Builders Association Home Show. Significant increase in attendance to that show. I think the weather had a lot to do with that. We then moved into the Shrine Circus. Their attendance and revenues were up nearly 16% versus 2020, their last show that they did at the facility prior to the pandemic. From then, we moved into Capital City Carnage, which is our second largest demolition derby that we produce every year. That's always the first week of March. Significant increase in revenues and attendance, and you'll continue to hear me say that. We've seen that as pretty much a standard for most of the live entertainment produced events that we're doing inside the facility, both in 2021, the later half of 2021, and as we move into 2022. Kansas Kids Wrestling was back for the first time in 2 years. I know a number of you were there in attendance and saw the excitement. Their participation and athlete numbers have jumped incredibly with the advancement and the progression of their girls wrestling division and program. We expanded 6 additional mats where they usually had 10. We added 6 additional mats in Exhibition Hall and 2 additional mats in Landon Arena for a total of 8 additional mats. So we almost doubled the amount of mat space for that event for this year, and we have a 5-year contract with them moving forward. So very excited about that event coming back the second week of March every year through 2025. Tonight, we have the Harlem Globetrotters coming back to the building. Tickets start at $29 for that, and the event starts at 7 o'clock tonight. Doors will open at 6 with Magic Pass and some meet and greet activations starting around 5 and 5:30. If you were at the facility last weekend, we had the first game, kickoff, if you will, to the Topeka Tropics football season. A very exciting product, and really excited about the tenant team operations there. We had just shy of 1,500 people in the building for that event, so a great turnout for their first game of their inaugural season. We do have another game, home game, coming up this weekend on Saturday. Tickets start for that event at $20. We do encourage you to buy those in advance. The box office got a little jammed up on this past Saturday. We walked up almost 600 people about an hour before the game. So a lot of excitement in the community about the Topeka Tropics. Unfortunately, they didn't win, but I'm being told by the scouting reports and the team managers and the coaches that this weekend should be a sure bet. So if you want to see them win and have a good show, come out this weekend, this Saturday. Again, that game starts at 7 o'clock. Next weekend, we move into a really exciting event called Midwest Fight Night. It is in collaboration and partnership with Midwest Combat Coalition. It's a combination of boxing, MMA. There's a bare knuckle fight in there as well. That event has garnered some incredible sponsorship activation. We've got over $35,000 in sponsorship commitments for that event. We've sold all of the floor tables, all of the ringside tickets. We're about 2,400 tickets out on that event right now, which means there's 2,400 tickets that are already allocated for people coming to that event. So we're expecting a very good crowd, a good turnout, a lot of excitement. There's even some local fighters that are fighting. There's 4 professional fights, including the Kansas Heavyweight Boxing Championship title fight. So we're excited about that one coming in. And then later in April, we've got our first annual Red, White, and Blue Barbecue Festival. That event is a in-house homegrown event, much like Wing Fling and Pig and Pour and a couple of the other food type events that we do. This event is a Kansas City Barbecue Championship Series event, and it's a qualifier for the World Series of Barbecue Championship at the American Royal and the Jack Daniel's barbecue competition. So excited about that coming out. There is over 60 vendors currently involved in that show. We anticipate we'll have about 85 to 90 vendors total as we finish up and round out the event. There's a full exhibition of vendor showcase inside Exhibition Hall, and then there's competition. And then there's also the patron-facing side, which is the Barbecue Buck Night, which is on Friday, where you get to buy barbecue bucks and go and try all of the championship barbecue teams' barbecue. So if you're a barbecue lover, that's going to be one you don't want to miss. It's April 29th and 30th. It is a free event, so there's no cost of admission. If you do want to participate and buy the barbecue bucks, then you can try all of those competition teams' barbecue for that event. So a lot of stuff happening at the Stormont Vale Event Center, and exciting lead into to 2022.
All good stuff.
I like it. I like it a lot. Very good, Kellen.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Colin.
Brian Cole, Shawnee County Department of Corrections. I just want to mention that this weekend we pick up our survey team from the American Correctional Association. They will be in the facility next week for, they'll start Sunday and they'll leave Wednesday. This is the accreditation process for us in the Juvenile Detention Center. I am expecting a good survey, but I'm always happy to hear where we need to improve and see where some of the trends and some of their standards change and stuff like that. But I just want to let you know that we do have that audit going on next week.
Okay, great.
Good morning, Commissioners. Andrew Howell, Shawnee County Election Office. Just a reminder, we did get I think it was 24,742 ballots in the mail on Wednesday for those USD 437 Auburn-Washburn voters who are active registered voters. So all those ballots are in the mail. So just be looking for that. We expect it probably sometime early next week. Those voters that are registered and live within that district should receive those in the mail. I received a few questions, so I just wanted to explain for a minute. A mail ballot election is a little bit different than a standard election in that we are required by law to mail those out to each of the voters. There's actually a special set of statutes that go to that, so it's a slightly different than just a standard polling place election, but there are requirements that are within the law. It's not that we're handling elections differently. I had a few people who thought that us mailing out ballots was something new or different, or the law had changed. The law hasn't changed. That law's been in effect for a lot of years. So it's a standard process that we follow the law. It's not really up to us as to exactly how we do it, but the law requires that we mail those out. And it only applies for ballots where a person is not on the ballot. So these are bond questions that those voters will be saying yes or no to. So just a quick note on that.
Andrew, how long do they have to return the ballots?
The deadline for returning those ballots for those voters is April the 12th at noon. And then we expect to release the results of that election, or at least the initial numbers, later on April the 12th. So there's a few days yet to do that.
And may they return them to the office, or do they have to mail them in?
You can. We do actually have a drop box in the office. If you want to bring them by the office, I know some people prefer to do that. You can do that. You can certainly use the mail as well, either way. And if you will check the website, we do have something called Voter View that the Secretary of State's office has done a good job, I think, of helping make it easier for voters to determine where their ballot's at in the process. So people can use the website, the Secretary of State's office, or the Voter View on our website to verify whether whether that ballot is still in process or whether it's been received by our office.
And then we're canvassing on the 18th to verify the election, or certify
Correct.
the election.
That should be the final numbers of everything should be determined at that time, and then it'll be finalized.
One last question. I know that when we have regular elections, if I'm at my voting booth, there's rules on electioneering. Somebody can't stand next to me and tell me who to vote for. Somebody can't put up a sign within a distance from the polling place to tell me. When you have mail ballots, are people allowed to still send out mailers or make phone calls, or what are the rules?
There really are not a lot of regulations that we're directly involved with as it relates to sending out mailers. I think in certain situations, school districts have to be a little bit cautious about exactly how they handle that. A lot of that really is determined more at the ethics level. The state ethics office is the one that's really probably has more actual jurisdiction, so I don't get too deep into those waters. Additionally, First Amendment rights still exist. People can certainly have conversations about that, send out mailers. I just think you have to be a little bit cautious, depending on who's sending it out. There are some ethics requirements, and the expenditures piece, I think you have to track some of that, but hopefully I'm answering your question.
You are. I just want to make sure that, because I know that comes up sometimes when people saying, what can you or what can you not do? Right.
First Amendment's still out there.
So Andrew, what happens if somebody loses their ballot in a mail election?
I would encourage folks, if you lose it or don't receive it within a reasonable amount of time, just to call the office at 251-5900. Let us know about it. We do have a replacement policy and process. One of the things, I think, to help people have confidence in our systems, our election management system on the inside only allows for us to receive one ballot. So if somebody loses a ballot, there is a process where we're like, hey, if you find it again, tear it up, destroy it, or return it to us, but we are only able to actually receive one ballot at the office. So there is a process. There's an application for a replacement ballot process that we can use, so give us a call and we can help you work through that if that should occur.
Okay, appreciate that. Any other questions for Andrew?
No?
All right, thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Good morning, Commissioners. Lee Welch, Court Administrator, Shawnee County District Court. I just wanted to give you a little heads up about some changes taking place in the court. Judge Debenham, who's been on the bench since August of 2008, will be retiring June 14th. And just this week, Judge Parrish, who's been on the bench since October of 1994, will be retiring on June 24th. Two felony criminal judges down at the same time. Our courts are going to be slammed. We've requested senior judge coverage from the Office of Judicial Administration to help out with that shortfall. Normally, it takes about 120 days to get a new judge in place. So we look at the summer being a very crazy time in the court. As well, the legislature is looking right now very positively that Shawnee County may be receiving 2 new magistrate judges with this next budget cycle. So Nelda Henning and I had our second pre-con conference with HTK and Seni Corporation on the redesign and renovation of the courthouse spaces. So one of the things I'm looking at in some available space in the courthouse is where we can eke out 2 new courtrooms for 2 judges we, in all likelihood, will be receiving this summer. So the only constant is change, so here we go.
Wow. That's a big changes. So.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
Congratulations to both of them, I guess.
Absolutely. Well deserved, but it is, to have 2 judges out of the felony court gone at the same time is going to be a lot of shoes to fill.
All right, any questions for Lee?
No, thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Commissioner Rippon?
Well, I don't have much to add. Are you signing up for the bare knuckle fight?
I'm on the card.
Looks like you've been training. Okay.
Commissioner, I thought you were the opponent.
That had to be said.
Well, it does sound like a fun night.
It does.
I won't be fighting, but I might stop by and check it out.
Yeah, well.
Commissioner Cook?
I don't have anything, just there was the Greater Topeka Partnership meeting on Wednesday, on Wednesday, or Tuesday, rather,
yeah.
and just want to recognize Topeka Community Foundation for all that they do. It's a well-deserved award. So, I don't have anything else.
It's a great event. Always enjoy those. Seeing the excitement for our community that hasn't always been there, and so it's really neat to see that. I don't have anything to add necessarily, so next item, please.
Number 7, executive sessions.
We do have a need for an executive session, so I will make a motion to go into executive session for a period not to exceed 30 minutes for the following reasons. Number 1, to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel, specifically to discuss recruitment of new employees. Number 2, to discuss employer-employee negotiations, whether or not in consultation with the representative or representatives of the public body or agency, specifically to discuss negotiations with the Teamsters. And then a third item, which just is for consultation with an attorney for the public body or agency, which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship. That is in conjunction with items 1 and 2. So we'll do 15 minutes for item 1, 15 minutes for item 2, and then number 3 will be kind of in there. Can I say that?
Yes.
That's appropriate? Okay. All right, so no action is on these items is expected at this time. Let's begin at 9:25. We'll be in executive session. Oh, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Now we're in executive session. All right, we are back from executive session. No action was taken. We are adjourned.
Thank you.